How's it going, everybody? It's C-RadTV back here in another video. So, of course, another week of NFL football is upon us, which means it's time for the NFL Week 9 picks. So, of course, for this week, we have 6 teams on the bye, and they are the Cleveland Browns, Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, New York Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers, and San Francisco 49ers. So, we have 13 games on the slate this week. I actually made some really big money last week with the picks, mainly getting all the 1 o'clock games right last week. Except the 9 o'clock 30 game, which I put that with the primetime games, and that ended up tanking the primetime bet. But yeah, so yeah, last week my picks, I went 10-5 with my picks last week, so my record this year goes to 76, 46, and 1. See, anyway, let's go ahead and let's jump into the picks next week. Let's get started. So, of course, our first game of the week, we got the Thursday night game. Philadelphia Eagles, Houston Texans playing in Houston. Yeah, I think this game's going to be a massive blowout. I got the Eagles winning big in this one. I got the Eagles by a score of about 31-20. So I think the Eagles will win, and I got the Eagles going to 8-0. So give me the Eagles by 11 in this game. And now to our Sunday games. Our first one, we got the Los Angeles Chargers, Atlanta Falcons playing in Atlanta. This is going to be a really tough game, but I'm going to take the Chargers in this one, and I got the Chargers winning this one 21-14. Give me the Chargers by 7 in this one. Next game, Miami Dolphins, Chicago Bears playing in Chicago. Of course, Chicago traded Roquan Smith to the Ravens, and they got Chase Claypool from the Steelers. That isn't going to change the Bears. The Bears still fucking suck and they're tanking. And the Dolphins are going all in this year. They brought in Bradley Chubb acquiring him from the Broncos in exchange for the first-round pick that the Dolphins got from the 49ers to the Broncos. So yeah, the Dolphins are going all in this year and hoping that Tua truly is that guy. But yeah, I think the Dolphins will win this one game over Chicago easily. I think Dolphins win 26-18. Give me Miami by 8 in this one. Next game, Carolina Panthers, Cincinnati Bengals playing in Cincinnati. Of course, Cincinnati, they got blown out by the Browns on Monday night last Monday. But I feel like Cincinnati, they're getting a good team to rebound against in the Panthers. I got the Bengals winning this one against the Panthers, 28-22. Give me Cincy by 6 in this one. Next game, Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions playing in Detroit at Ford Field. Yeah, I got the Packers in this one. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be that one game where the Lions' defense shows up but the offense struggles. I got the Packers winning 21-19. Packers by 2. Next game, Indianapolis Colts, New England Patriots playing in Foxborough. Upset of the week, I got the Colts winning on the road in New England. I think the Colts are going to get the Patriots at a good time because the Patriots QBs are struggling and having a bit of a QB controversy between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. And honestly, last week, if that pick 6 wasn't called back, there's probably a good chance that Mac Jones would have got benched against the Jets last week. But that pick 6 getting called back kept Mac Jones in the game, and they barely squeaked by the Jets. I think the Colts get the Patriots at a good time. I think the Colts will win this one 25-19. Give me the Colts by 6 in this one. Next game, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets playing at MetLife. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Jets will keep it close to the Bills, but I think the Bills will be just too much for the Jets. I'm going to take the Bills 21-20. Bills by 1 point. I think the Jets will actually give the Bills a hard time. I think that game's going to be a lot closer than people will think. Next game, Minnesota Vikings, Washington Commanders playing in Washington. Of course, the Vikings got TJ Hawkinson from the Lions. So this means that Kirk Cousins has no more excuses to not get over the hump this year. But since it's against a team that Kirk Cousins is supposed to beat, I think the Vikings will win this game pretty well. I think the Vikings win 24-22. Give me the Vikings by 2 over Washington. And for our next game, it is time to prepare for this week's Tank Bowl. So this Tank Bowl sees the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars playing in Jacksonville. as Duval has been a pretty good site for a lot of tank bowls in the past few years. It has had tank bowls aplenty. But yeah, Jacksonville, of course, last week they came off that pretty heartbreaking loss to the Broncos in London. But I feel like the Jaguars, it's like the Raiders and Jaguars, this game is going to fucking suck ass. This game's going to fucking suck. Fuck it, I'm going to take Jacksonville wins because the Raiders are about as much of a shit show as Jacksonville. But yeah, I'll take Jaguars 21-19 in this tank bowl. Give me the Jags by 2. Next game, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals playing in Arizona. I'm going to take Seattle on the road in this one. I got Seattle 25-20. I think Seattle will continue to surprise some people this year. And I think Seattle will surprisingly pull off a sweep against the Cardinals, because the Cardinals have just been a mess this year. I got the Seahawks winning 25-20. Give me Seattle by 5 in this one. Next game, Los Angeles Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in Tampa. Maybe the final time we see Brady and Stafford go against each other one more time. Of course, we thought we said that last year after the playoff game. And yeah, Brady came back. But yeah, of course, both teams have struggled this year. For Brady, Brady's on a 3-game losing streak. It's the first time in Brady's career since 2002 that he's lost 3 straight games in a season. You normally don't see that often. Just Brady has not struggled this year. And Stafford and the Rams, they're just in the Super Bowl hangover. But in the end, the Rams have just had a history of holding the Bucs, and I think it continues. I think the Rams will win this one over Tampa Bay 24-21. Give me the Rams by 3 in this one. Next game, we got our Sunday night game. We have the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs playing in Kansas City at Arrowhead. Don't get fooled by that point spread. This game's going to be closer than people will think. Tennessee has always had Kansas City's number for a little bit. I think they continue it. I think Kansas City will keep it close with Tennessee will keep it close to Kansas City, but I feel like the Chiefs are just going to be too much for the Titans to handle. I got the Chiefs winning this one 22-19. Give me the Chiefs by 3 in this one. And we get to our final game, our Monday night game. We have the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints playing in New Orleans. The Saints have just struggled this year just because they have all the pieces. They just don't got a QB to get over the hump because Jameis Winston ain't that guy. And Taysom Hill is more of a tight end at best. But I think the Ravens will go on and they will win this game pretty well. I think the Ravens win this one 28-22. Give me the Ravens by 6 in this one. But hey, New Orleans, at least this year with the QB class coming up, at least the Saints could have a pretty good pick to get a QB this year. Wait, what's this? I got a message. Oh, I see. Wait, Saints, scratch everything I just said, because according to this message I got, this message says here that you traded your first-round pick away this year to move up in the draft last year. Well, that sucks. I guess the Saints are just paying for the sins of Drew Brees at this point. But anyway, those are the Week 9 picks for this week. And yeah, that's all I got to say. And I'll see you on whatever I make next. I'm out.